The trade deadline was last Thursday. So I think we should go ahead and discuss the winners and losers of that. Dylan, you want to start us off?
Yeah, I'll start us off. I feel like Minnesota Timberwolves, they won this trade with getting D'Angelo Russell. Currently, they're 14th in the West, so second to last. With the roster that they had, they should have been winning games. It's just Andrew Wiggins, they had problems with him. They couldn't hold him accountable for the way he was playing. They didn't have a true point guard on that roster. But I feel like getting D'Angelo Russell, who's averaging 23 points per game and really proved that he can be a leader in Brooklyn, really helps them step up as a contender for next season.
I agree with you. I have them as one of my winners too.
I also as a winner.
Yeah, I think D'Lo's going to bring a lot. They are bottom of the conference, so they're probably going to luck into a good pick, to help build around it. But they're really young, especially because of that 14 trade.
I just also feel like Wiggins is taking longer than normal to develop because he's been in the league a few years on. He hasn't really shown flashes of what was projected of him when he was drafted.
This is my problem with this, right? So D'Angelo Russell and Andrew Wiggins, they're about the same age. But, yeah, D'Lo has just started to develop really in these past, 2 years, right? Last year in Brooklyn, people recognized that, oh, wow, And Andrew Wiggins, he has spurts. But you got to realize that you drafted these kids straight out of high school almost. They got 1 year. So this is whenever they should be playing, the 21, 22, 23, that's whenever you really see. Andrew Wiggins has had it in his ear that he's a bust since at least the past 4 years, or so. So I think that messed with his confidence, whereas D'Lo took it as a challenge, I feel.
Yeah.
But I don't know how Andrew's going to deal at Golden State, but I do like the move with D'Lo, and it seems like they just got really, really young. They got Malik Beasley, Hernan Gomez, Vanderbilt, and Evan Turner. He's not that young, but
not that young, but he's a good player. And they also got
locker room presence.
They also got James Johnson in that deal too, and he's a pretty good veteran power forward.
James Johnson was from the Heat, right?
Yeah, he played for Memphis this past season.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but yeah, getting him on that roster is going to be a good 4 spot. Plus, they already have Cat at the 5, and then you got a young Jarrett Culver playing the 3.
Yeah,
he's really good. So
they did lose some defense though. They did lose defense with Robert Covington. This roster now with D'Lo, Cat, and if they would have got to keep Covington, that's a threat.
That would have been a pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know how y'all feel about this, but also on the flip side, I feel like the Warriors came out good too.
I don't. Not at all.
You got to think about it this way, right? So Golden State, they lost KD. They really haven't had a true 3-player all season. They're playing what they're going to have Clay and D'Lo playing a guard position with moving Clay to the 3.
The 3, right.
So now you can move Clay back to the 2, Steph at the 1, and then you got Andrew Wiggins on the wing. And then on top of that, they have that winning culture where they just went they're the worst in the league right now, but you're missing your 2 best players on the team. But so if you put them 2 back in the roster with a healthy Andrew Wiggins who's actually going to listen to them, I feel like that's filling the wing position. It could be really good.
Yeah, but Wiggins, I feel like, so we saw this happen with New Orleans now. Whenever Brandon Ingram got the ball in his hand, we realized how good Brandon Ingram is.
Yes.
But whenever he was playing that catch-and-shoot role with LeBron and everybody, he wasn't that great. I feel like Andrew might be the same thing, where he needs the ball. So in the Warriors, if you're not Kevin Durant, you need to be a spot-up shooter at the least. And I don't really think that's him. But he could turn into that. I mean, they're not going anywhere this season, so they're not really competitive. He could take that time to master catching and shooting.
Yeah, and he's not a terrible shooter. He's a decent shooter. It's just he's not a Stephen Curry.
He's a pull-up shooter.
Yeah.
Is that all you have for Memphis? I mean, not Memphis. Minnesota?
Yeah.
Who do you got for your winner?
I think another one, I would say the Heat adding Iggy and dealing Winslow. I think that was I think with this trade, they get more defensive with Iggy, and they ship out Justice Winslow to the Grizzlies, which honestly works for both teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had them as the number 1 winner for sure.
Yeah, Iggy, that was I would consider that almost a steal for what they gave up for Iggy.
And see, what the Heat have been praised for this season, even before the trade, was how much room they have for money-wise. With the trades that they did, they cleared up $42 million worth of salary.
So they have this roster they have this season, and then they're going to go into free agency with 40 million cap. You could bring in a legitimate star to help that roster with that much.
Yeah. Who do you think they should be targeting? I mean, they got needs at the 3, the 2, 1. Maybe a center? No, because they got Bam.
They got Bam. Like I said, power forward.
Power forward would be.
I say the power forward, a point guard, because if you really watch the Heat games, they've been having Jimmy Butler bring the ball down court most of the games, which he can do it, but he's not a point guard.
Yeah, and they got Kendrick Nunn, but he seems more like that.
Jimmy Butler is more of a shooting guard, if anything. He's more of a shooting
He is a shooting guard. He's just been playing the 3 for so long because of that defense that he brings. But now they got Iggy could play the 4.
Or the 3. He could play the 3. He could play the 3 too.
Yeah,
if he wanted to.
You could put him there, and Tyler can play the 2. Jimmy at the 3.
And then Bam.
I agree. They got Chris Nunn. No, not Chris Nunn. What's their rookie that was undrafted? I can't even think of his name right now.
No, it was Tyler. No, not Harrow.
I can't think of him.
That's who it
It
is.
was Kendrick Nunn?
It was Nunn. Yeah,
Oh, my bad.
The guy who's been doing really good.
Yeah.
That's Kendrick Nunn.
Yeah, he's been doing good. He's a point guard, isn't he?
He's like a shooting guard, but
he could play.
Yeah, but he's a small shooting guard as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
But and then on top of that, Miami also got rid of who was it? Deion Waiters.
Oh, that's
He was
I feel like that was
liability.
He just had his first minutes with the team
because he was suspended for
drugs.
drugs.
I feel like he had a big contract too. So getting Deion Waiters out of Miami also definitely helped with their cap.
He was one of those guys that it was like if he was on, you definitely want him, but he got one time off and on.
Yeah, he hasn't really played that much this season.
I also think Atlanta won.
That's who I have. My 3 is Atlanta.
They got Clint Capella and Dwayne Dedmon. That's 2 big guys that can play. I mean, if you really look at that roster, that's what Trae Young's missing.
Yeah, and now he got somebody where he could just lob it up to. And this really helps John Henson because now John Henson doesn't have to play that 5 anymore. And he can stretch the floor. John Henson's really good at stretching the floor.
Yeah. And then my last one that I had as a winner was Cleveland.
Cleveland? Yeah.
Andre Drummond. You gotta think about it.
They're not going anywhere with it though.
I mean, yeah, they got a decent, they got a big man in Andre Drummond, but they still need more pieces. But it's a good start.
You gotta think about it. You lost Kyrie, then you lost LeBron,
and then you still got Kevin Love, but that's about it.
And he just came back this season.
Exactly.
So I mean, bringing in Andre Drummond is going to relieve a little bit of the rebounding from Kevin Love, who can hopefully open up some scoring opportunities for him. Plus, bringing in a big man like that's going to help Colin Sexton. So like, I feel like they're just a younger team, but bringing in a veteran guy like Andre Drummond could help them.
Thanks for watching Zone 623. If you want to watch more basketball videos, subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you want more written pieces, like Zone 623 on Facebook, and you can follow me on Twitter at DMACZone623.